Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hello Dave. This week's gonna be a short one and we're gonna start in Elite Dangerous, where Frontier has buffed the aUEC War progress bar so that it's now a significantly more in humankind's favor. Now what they have done is, actually let's start someplace else. How it used to be was that every Thursday on the major server tick, all progress bars would reset back to 0. And that meant that any progress that you've done over the week, if you didn't manage to complete that progress bar, if the community didn't manage to complete that progress bar, it will be reset back to 0. Now, instead, they are only going to be deducted 33%. And that means if you're sitting at like 99%, instead of it, you're losing all 99%, you're only losing 33%. Obviously, if the community haven't done 33%, then it's just going to be deducted back to 0. So it's not going to go back a level or anything like that. I think this is a massively good change, because it was always weird sitting there like Wednesday evening where you're looking at the systems like, yeah, the system is like halfway done. We're not going to be able to finish it, so there's no real point in continuing to like play in that system. And that meant that like Tuesday and Wednesday evening would sometimes be a little wasted, since you couldn't really, well, it was going to be reset during the Thursday tick anyway. But with the new system where they're only reducing it by 33%, that means that, well, sure, you're going to take a 33% hit when it goes over, but you still, like, the point still makes sense to go and work for it continuously throughout the week. And not just so that you're sure you can actually complete it. So I think this is a good change. This is, of course, also a balancing thing Frontier has to do. I'm absolutely certain that Frontier has a narrative that they want to tell, and the outcome of the war, that they have a story they want to tell, and they have a direction they want that war to go. While we are probably going to be unlikely to be, Frontier's not going to allow us to push the Thargoids completely out, they're not going to allow us to just completely destroy the bubble either. So it's going to be a back and forth war, and it's up to Frontier to balance this correctly. So I'm going to expect that we are seeing more of these balancing changes. Maybe even in the future they're going to make some kind of dynamic change so that it depends on the number of commanders, how much progress you need or something like that, just so that it scales appropriately. I don't know how you would make a good system out of that. I'm expecting at least we're going to see more of these balancing passes to the Thargoid war system coming in the future as interest in the game changes. Over in Star Citizen, more specifically in the 3.18 patch, CIG has been playing music chairs with some of the ships. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before that I talked about how the Drake Cutter and the Drake Corsair and the new CR8 Pisces would be going straight into the in-game shop, and it was quite extraordinary, quite like different that we see them going into the shop that early. They would usually stay as a money-only purchase for a while. They have now been removed again. So now everything makes sense again. These were only in the PTU, they were available. Maybe they wanted people to test them, I don't know. But they were in the shop for a while, now they're taking it out of the shop again. All this, of course, only on the test server, nothing on the live server is changing yet. But instead, what they're doing is they've announced there's going to be a new ship that's going to be added. I'm going to again guess that this is going to be added as a money-only ship, and then later, probably together with this badge here, it's going to be made available as a in-game purchase. The new ship that they're going to add is the RSI Scorpius Antares. I hope I pronounced that right. Not sure if I do. Anyway, they're adding a new variety of the Scorpius. You might remember we got that a few patches back. This like insane gunboat with like all the guns everywhere. It's like guns for days. They're adding a new version of that that includes a EMP and a quantum jammer. We do have ships already with at least with a quantum jammer capability. So with the Scorpius already being a pretty good pirate ship, with an EMP and a quantum jammer now even more. But of course it goes both ways. You can also use this to catch bad guys. So at the very least, it's going to be a very good interceptor, I think, that you can go and catch people with and then just deliver an absolute buttload of damage after you catch them. So very interesting ship, and it's going to be fun to see how they change the face of PvP as more and more of these electronic warfare weapons are being added into the game. As right now we have limited amount of these types of weaponry. There's a bit in some of the weapons you can fit that can shut down the power plant and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of electronic warfare in there. And as I said, there is also quantum jammers and other stuff. But getting EMPs and quantum jammers is going to be very, very interesting, seeing how that's going to change the face of PvP in the game. Live stream tomorrow is going to be Elite Dangerous. A few live streams back, I talked about how we began the work on this like insta-gib Anaconda build that was designed to go out and just insta-kill Thargoids, or more specifically Cyclopses. The build is done. The build guide for it, the video is actually done as well. It's recorded and rendered. It's not going to be out yet, but I will still do a showcase of that build tomorrow. That means we're going to take the build out, we're going to go murder some Thargoids, and have a blast, make a bunch of money in the process, and hopefully it should be a ton of fun. So if you want to see some Thargoids blowing up in very, very quick succession, then come by the live stream. It's going to be tomorrow at 8 o'clock GMT, and it's going to be live streamed on YouTube and on Twitch. Hope I'll see you there. Thanks a lot for watching. Also next time, I'll see you guys in space.